and welcome to another episode of Fahrenheit TV. Summer is going by so quickly, but here on our show, we're still bringing the heat with some dope episodes. Tonight, we have some incredible artists and an extraordinary guest that I would love for you to meet and learn about their greatness. Oh, it's going to be such a great show. You just have to tune in. Coming to you live here at BNN Studios in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Fahrenheit TV.
Fahrenheit TV is a live monthly variety show that showcases people's greatness through narratives and artistic expression. We're back this summer to bring you more live, sizzling talking entertainment to uplift your soul. Tune into our live episodes here on BNN TV or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Be sure to follow us on social media to keep up with all our latest news. We hope that you'll tune in. Oh my gosh. Yes. I can't believe it's August. It's August, guys. It's flying by. I can't believe the summer is flying by. I just wanted to say thank you to DJ Lady Lee for joining us on the stage tonight. She's our favorite DJ, and she's going to be kicking up some jams throughout the show. And again, it's August. Summer is almost over. School is almost here. And I know you're feeling a little sad. I am too. But you could still level up throughout the year. You could still have fun and express yourself and live in your greatness. And I know, speaking of leveling up, you guys are very familiar with Ciara's new song, Level Up, which took over the world. There's like people all over the world doing the dance challenge and just leveling up, doing their thing, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And I'm not loving it only because of the dance and the dopeness and the fierce queens that she has in the video, but I'm also loving the message behind it. What does level up mean to you? More than just like thinking of materialistic things, what does it mean to you? Like, how are you going to better your life? How are you going to live out your life? How are you going to, accomplish your goals? You know what I mean? Set things that you want to do in life because you deserve to live in greatness. Well, tonight we're going to be talking about that with two extraordinary guests. One of them is an 8-year-old who has such a great aspiration to be a TV host and have his own show, and he's super talented, and I can't wait for you guys to meet him. So let me just get right to the chase and introduce our first co-host ever, Mr. JKool. Welcome to the stage. Woo! It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Oh, awesome. Take a seat. So, JKool, how did you get that name? JKool?
Because when I do any activity, I feel cool about myself. I just feel relaxed.
Yeah.
And I got my name, JJ, from my dad.
Mm-hmm. So your real name is Jessen, right?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, where did you grow up? What do you like to do for fun?
So I grew up in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
I like to play soccer and basketball.
Mm-hmm. Are you really good at it? Do you like playing basketball and soccer a lot, or?
I play in soccer a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really play basketball that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you having a good summer so far?
Yes.
Yeah. Did you go on any trips or do anything super fun?
I went to Atlanta.
Ooh, how was Atlanta?
Atlanta was good.
Yeah.
I got to see my 2 aunts and my cousin.
Awesome. So besides, playing sports and just living out your life, I know that you also want to have your own TV show one day.
Yes.
Yeah. Why do you want to have your own TV show? Like, why do you want to be a TV host one day?
Because one day I want the world to see what I can do.
Yeah? So you have a lot of talent you want to show the world.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. So so that's exactly what you want to do when you grow up, is be a TV host.
I have a few other things.
Tell us. Share with the stage. Share with the audience what you want to do.
So sometimes I want to be a photographer.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I feel like I want to be a professional singer.
Okay. So everything like within the arts you want to like explore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can you stand up and show people your cool T-shirt, because I am just loving this T-shirt. Who designed this T-shirt for you?
My auntie Tati Stephanie.
Oh, that's so beautiful. The cool kid just showed up. Ooh, JKool. Awesome. So JKool, I know school is coming up. How are you feeling about that? I know the summer is about to be over. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
You feeling great? Yeah. What grade are you about to go into now?
I'm about to go into 5th grade.
5th grade, and then after that, it's gonna be middle school. Ooh. Woo! Are you excited?
Yes.
Yeah? Awesome. So thinking about school, right? How do you stay ambitious, and how do you stay, grounded throughout the school year? To make sure you're doing your schoolwork and make sure that, you're having a good time. Like, how do you do that?
I try not to I try to focus more on my school than all my friends and everything like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and just have a lot of fun doing that?
Yes.
Awesome. What's your favorite subject to study?
My favorite subject would be math.
Math? Awesome. That's good. That's a really good thing. You're going to need to know that once you, have your own TV show and figuring out finances and all that other stuff, so that's really good to know. Awesome. So can you, I know you unfortunately experienced a little bit of bullying in school. Can you talk to us a little bit about that? Like, why do you think people bully others? What was the issue with bullying?
Something my fourth grade teacher told me is that sometimes bullies are just bullying because they are frustrated about things that happen to themselves. Mm-hmm. So I think the reason why they're bullying is because they're mad and they're trying to take their madness on other people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so how do you stand up to bullies? How do you overcome them without, doing anything bad?
I try to either defend myself, but like not in a physical way.
Yeah.
Or I try to call an adult or teacher for help.
Awesome, awesome. And what advice would you give to anybody who unfortunately has to experience bullying?
I would give to them that they should probably, that if anyone's being bullied, tell an adult or just try to call one if they're not there, or stick up for yourself, but don't hurt them or do anything. And for the bullies that are there, please do not hurt people, because if you're mad, then talk to your teacher about that, because it's very important that they know.
Mm-hmm. Wow, I'm really so proud of you. You're such a brave soul, and that was such a great PSA to tell all of your, tell the world, because bullying is a really big deal still. Do you feel like people bully people not only like in school, but like on social media and the internet?
Yes.
Yeah? And what do you think the problem is with that?
I think that's just because people think it's fun to hurt people, though it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's awesome. So how are you leveling up? So I know you said you're going to be, focused on your studies, but what are some of your goals for this upcoming school year that you want to do?
One of my goals are that I feel like I should just focus more on school instead of my friends. And I know I've said this before, but I love my friends.
Yeah.
But every single time I talk to my friends while like the teacher's trying to talk,
you get in trouble,
or anything like that, I get in trouble.
Yeah, that used to happen to me a lot, because it's like you want to connect with them, you want to have jokes and stuff like that, but it'd be like, no, not when the teacher's talking. Yeah, so that's good that you recognize that. That's awesome. Yeah. So if you had any superpower in the world, like anything you could do, like one day you woke up and God said, this is your superpower, what would it be and why?
It would probably be teleportation.
Teleportation? Woo! Why? Tell us why.
Because, like I said, I also kind of want to be a photographer. Mm-hmm. So if I had teleportation, I could take photos of like super cool things. Like I could take a photo of a live acting volcano.
Oh, wow.
If I wanted to.
Yes.
And instead of getting burned alive, I could just teleport and then take the photo to the shop, and then bam, I'm done.
And then see, that way you're not getting hurt, it's like literally you weren't there. So you want to do more photography about like the environment and nature, not people. Okay, why? Why does like the nature and the environment inspire you so much?
Because I think that when like people like cut down trees and hurt the environment, but I feel like the environment is good. All the nature helps you, and I feel like God made that for a reason.
Exactly. You're so smart, so smart. I'm so excited to see what you're gonna do when you grow up. So if you had your own TV show, what would it be called? And what would you do? What's some of the things that we could tune in in 10 years from now?
It would probably be called JJ's Host.
JJ's Host, okay. And what kind of like things would you do on the show?
So I would bring in, like, kind of what you're doing. I would bring in people, but they would ask questions about me.
Okay.
And then and then suddenly we would do like an activity that they would like to do. And maybe I could get like a celebrity to come.
Oh yeah, you definitely you are a celebrity, so of course you're gonna have celebrities who are your friends, right?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. So another thing I want to ask you about is this really means a lot to me because as a fellow TV host and as a fellow person that loves to dance, I heard from someone that you are an extraordinary dancer. So
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? Like what inspires you to dance? What kind of music you like to listen to?
I like to listen to old school songs of Michael Jackson.
You see, that's when I knew we had a connection because Michael Jackson is my life. I love Michael Jackson. I love him so much. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt. Yep.
That is the only reason why I started dancing.
Yeah.
Because that's just been my passion to dance like my whole
whole life, yeah.
And then suddenly I felt the urge to sing.
Okay.
Because I also love singing.
Yeah.
So I tried to sing my own songs and dance to my own songs.
Wow.
And then I first tried to become a dancer or a singer, but then I started looking into photography, and I just loved that.
Love that, yeah. Do you take any like lessons in school, or do you like have your own camera and you kind of just practice like around your neighborhood?
No, not really. I did.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah,
not yet.
But I have my camera on my phone, and I usually try to take pictures of stuff that has interest to me. And I just share it to people that I have.
That's awesome. That's so inspiring. I love that you're using the arts to express yourself, but you still have like a interest in math and your academics. So you're gonna be you already are great, but you're gonna be even greater. Like it's just like I can't. Okay, last question before we go to a break. What's the first Michael Jackson video that you saw?
I think it was Thriller.
Thriller. Oh man, were you scared?
Not really.
Not really, yeah. That's awesome. Well, I'm really excited because at the end of the show, we're going to have a little dance battle since we both love to dance and we both love Michael Jackson and we're leveling up all year long. So I'm really excited. Are you nervous? I'm a little nervous because, I don't know, I saw you practicing before the show, guys. I mean, I try to stretch. I try to do some things to get prepared, but I don't know how this is going to end. So please, like, don't judge me. It's going to be awesome. Are you excited?
Yes.
Yeah? Awesome. So
and it's probably going to end with me winning.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, he might be right. So we're going to break into a commercial break, and we're going to meet an extraordinary artist by the name of Boycott Blues, who's an extraordinary hip-hop artist, and we're just going to have a lot of fun. So stay tuned.
But you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Fahrenheit TV.
up to DJ Lady Lee, bringing back a great throwback on a Thursday, Michael Jackson. So me and Jessen are going to introduce to you guys an extraordinary soul, a beautiful person who creates music that not only has a great message to it, but it makes you dance, it makes you feel good, and he's a creative in Boston that I think you guys all need to know if you don't know. And he goes by the name of Boycott Blues. So welcome into the stage is Boycott Blues. Woo!
Hey.
Thank you so much. It's nice to meet you again.
Peace. Peace.
Awesome.
Nice to meet you.
So thank you for coming on the show. How do you feel? How's your day going so far?
Oh, it was a great day.
Yeah.
It was really busy.
Which is good. Busy is good.
For those that don't know, I work with the youth, and today was second to last day of our summer camp. And we had a showcase. The kids did great. Parents showed out. It was a blessing.
Yeah.
A lot of love in the building.
That's awesome. That's so cool. And I love that you work with the youth. So is that like your 9 to 5 every day?
Yeah, that's what I do. I've been working with the youth in different after-school settings for about, I'd say, 12 years now.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And I just want to give a little shout out because your sister was actually on our show last August, Carmen.
Oh, okay.
So, it's just like, it's so awesome to have, your legacy here on our stage because you guys are both so equally talented.
Wow,
so,
I had no idea.
Yeah, she came here last August and we did a show about our upcoming vagina monologues, and we talked about things that are going on, and like she's just such a great, inspiration. So it's cool to have her, her brother on the stage now. It's like, woo, look at all your legacy.
Shout out Carmen Cohen.
Yeah, shout out to Carmen.
Yeah, she actually involved me in not the vagina monologues, but the V-Day monologues.
Oh, good. Yeah,
and,
you were an actor in there.
Yeah. And she actually recently she had me do the man's prayer.
Oh, okay.
At the beginning of vagina monologue.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's something new that they're involving men in this, but I think it's very important that we're included in the conversation if you let us at the table.
Yeah, and that's really important. So Jessen's going to start off our interview because we want to know a little bit more about your music and all the things that you're creating. It's so dope.
Yeah.
So I have 2 questions for you.
Yes, sir.
First question, what inspired you to pursue music?
I was a young man like you, and I had a big brother that was 10 years older than me. He started a rap group in high school. It was probably like, 10 to 15 deep.
Yeah.
They had all different...
10 to 15 deep?
Yeah,
wow.
I would say so. We would hang out in
that's a lot, right?
our friend's basement, and we were all creatives. Some of us were visual artists, some of us were rappers, some of us were DJs, some of us produced.
Oh, wow.
And it was just a collective of artists that came together. We had a lot of fun. United Bamboo, shout out to United Bamboo, and Cola Click.
Awesome.
Next question. What artists do you look up to for inspiration?
I look up to a lot of artists. Mainly, I've been compared to a few, but some of my favorites are Mos Def,
Yes.
Rakim, not to mention, the greatest. They say the greatest, Nas, Jay-Z, Pun, Biggie. But I listen to a lot of Black Star.
And all of those people are lyricists. Their content is not just about like a dope beat that is gonna be like a song you like just for the summer or something. But they actually have like a good message in it, which is awesome. And I'm like, I see that in your music. When you said Mos Def, I was like, yes. When you said Rakim, I was like, oh man, that's like so true.
Right.
Yeah.
One like I like to plug is that Black Thought album,
my
Streams of Thoughts.
Yeah.
And JKool, I think he had an excellent album.
I love all because they know the true essence of hip hop. So is that like what made you want to be in hip hop? Not only because of your brother, but because of like it has such a strong it's a strong tool that you can use.
Yeah, I mean, I was born in '82, so I was exposed to all the elements from DJing to graffiti. I mean, I'm friends with a lot of visual artists that do, they paint on canvas and also on walls. Shout out to ALA, African Latino Alliance.
Awesome.
They splintered out into a whole bunch of different groups and everything. So yeah,
that's
they're
cool.
still in the
So okay, before we get into like your music, so when you're creating, right? Like if you were to make like a cooking recipe, like what ingredients goes into your music to create like your music?
I mean, the main ingredient is love. Just trying to make your community better. I remember when I was younger, my pen just had a completely different voice. I wasn't concerned about, you know, the public's well-being or my community so much. You know, it was always in the back of my mind. But as a young person, I was kind of like wild and reckless, and I was just trying to get shock and awe out of people. But I remember releasing one of my first projects, and it was kind of, it was very reckless, and it was on some old kind of like shoot 'em up, bang bang, survival of the fittest.
What you think people want to hear, because that's like kind of like what's like goes on in music.
It was like my experience, but also too, it was something that I was seeking out. It wasn't necessarily like, you know, my own. Talking to other artists or listening to other artists, there was a song by my friend Uno the Prophet. One of the lines goes, we're busy trying to fit into these roles that weren't necessarily made for us. You know what I mean? So we've been duped into thinking that we're supposed to play this role. You know what I mean?
Because society kind of tells us to, or like shows us images that like this is what you belong doing.
Right, but it's just not so. It's not sustainable. You know.
Awesome.
But, yeah.
Do you consider yourself a conscious rapper? Because like, you know, we were listening to some of your songs, watching your videos. Don't you love his videos? Aren't they like dope? Yeah, his videos are so awesome. And I'm listening to like, you have so many range of topics. So you talk about like social issues in like the song Coupons. You talk about accountability in the song like I Know. You talk about relationship and like what's love. So like, would you consider yourself a conscious rapper?
Absolutely. I'm not asleep. And I feel like any artist that puts the pen to paper is awake. They're woke, quote unquote. But the thing is, even when you're in denial, you're still living in reality. You still know, you know what I mean? It's a feeling. You may not have the language. It may not have. It hasn't come to the surface yet. But denial is a form of consciousness. So I think that's where a lot of us are. A lot of us have to rethink our position, and some have the freedom not to. You know what I mean? So
that's just unfortunately how the world works and stuff.
Right. But I'm here to, you know, just speak on my behalf and what I see.
And is that why it's so important for you to like, you know, get those messages not only to the world, but like you work with the youth, so I'm pretty positive they see you as an inspiration. I
would say so. You know, whenever I walk in the building, it's all smiles. We do check-ins, you know, check in with the family whenever the family comes in. I'm talking to mom, pop, uncle, sister, whoever comes in, you know what I mean? So we keep the lines of communication open.
That's awesome. So we're gonna go to a quick break, and then after the break, we're gonna learn a little bit more about your journey in music, and you know, also hear a song. So stay tuned. DJ Lady Lee, can you bring us to a break?
Pre-diabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get pre-diabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for pre-diabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Fahrenheit TV.
DJ Lady Lee, just bringing out the jams. All right. So thank you guys so much for still tuning in with us and for kicking with us and learning about these incredible artists. We have Boycott Blues here on the Fahrenheit TV stage. And I just want to share a quick little story. So I didn't know that you were a creative or a musician or a creative until one day I was about to catch the orange line, and I ran into you and I was like, oh, how's everything going? How's life and everything like that?
Right.
And you're like, yeah, you know, you were just jamming out to a song. You're like, yeah, I wrote this song. I'm like, what? So I'm like, you know, I have like 4 stops before I get off, and I start listening to it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this song is so dope. Like the beat is good. I'm like, it's early in the morning. I felt turned up, and I'm listening to the lyrics and stuff. And then I'm like, so like, when did you create this? Like still dancing? You're like, oh, I made it on my phone.
Yeah.
You made it on your phone? What?
Yeah.
Can you explain that? Like, how you producing music on your phone? Yeah, it's like so dope.
Yeah. So it's funny. I was thinking about perfection and leveling up, and I was just all like, one of my things is not to be perfect, not to, you know, like for this show specifically, I bought sneakers for it and I forgot it under my desk at work, and I'm like, ah, damn, you know what I mean?
But like, I had a plan.
But I'm like, yo, I gotta go do this interview anyway, you know what I mean?
And you still looking fresh. You got your Nikes on, you know what I mean? Still keeping it exactly.
Hey, you know what I mean? So with that, my equipment has been down for a while. Okay. I mean, I got sessions from like other artists. They're like, yo, banging down the door, like, yo, can we get to it? And I'm like, yo, I'm going to invest in that. Yeah. But for now, I have this device in my hand. Yeah. And it's a studio in my hand. So whenever you want to rock, let's go. Yeah. Like, so I have maybe over 1,000 songs just sitting there. Wow. And it comes to a point where like I need to record more. Like I write every day.
That's a good tool, like a good practice to write every day.
Yeah, and I got tons of like producer friends, but then I was like, you know, I broke down, and not like physically broke down, but like I just went and got an iPhone, found that there was GarageBand on it. Wow. I had the phone for like 3 months, picked it up, messed with it, then put it back down, and then I came back and I started producing something that was actually pretty decent. Put on the bass, and I'm like, yo, this is actually nice. Let me record something. I couldn't get it past 8 bars, and then I hit something by accident and expanded to 80 bars, and I'm like, that means I can record a full song off my phone. So, you know, I'm on the bus, I'm on the train, I'm in the snow, I'm in the rain, like, you know what I mean? I'm just going, like, just being creative.
And I think that's so dope, because a lot of times, like, especially for creatives, you might think that you need, like, you know, like expensive tools, you need to be in a studio, but like, I'm listening to your song and I'm thinking that you produced this in a big studio. You're like, oh, I just made it on my phone. And I'm like, that's so cool.
In the palm of my hand. Yeah. And I found out, like, from my other friends, shout out to Nelly Pro Tools. He just told me that LOG actually, you know, when he wants to get an idea down, he goes right to his iPhone, records something. Yeah. Sorry if I'm putting out any secrets out there. Yeah. But I've also heard that there's like actually big artists that are making a name for themselves that have been recording with, you know, GarageBand off their iPhone for years.
I mean, like, think about like when people make like music videos and stuff. Sometimes you don't have the big budget to like, you know, get all this fancy stuff. So you might be like, you know what, we're just gonna take this phone and we're gonna record some footage, put the music on, and then bam. I think it's really important, especially that you're using tools that we have already, and that you're making like magic, which is so dope.
Thank you.
Yeah. Magic. Yes. Awesome. So as an artist, do you feel that Boston has like enough opportunities for creatives? Do you feel like we should have more things, or?
Yeah, as far as opportunity, it's everywhere, and you just got to take it. You know what I mean? Like, I heard about this, and I'm like, yes, gladly, thank you. You know what I mean? So I think it's there. The industry has changed so much. I feel like I was like the last of the Mohicans, if that's politically correct to say. I released the album in 2009, and I would say between 2007 and 2012 was like where the industry changed so much that it wasn't like physical copies of CDs. It was all being digitalized. And I remember sitting there like, sitting back like, finally, yo, I got an album and it's in my hands, and everyone's like, but why is it in your hands? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like,
why is it online or whatever? Yeah.
But I'm like, this is the school that I came from. Like, it's a physical,
that's how people,
it's
like,
tangible.
You know, they sell their CDs outside of their trunk and stuff like that. Right. Like Master P used to do that.
But now we're like pulling it out of the sky, and I'm with that. So like, I'm jumping in.
That's
you know
awesome.
What I mean?
Yeah. Go ahead. You want to ask a question?
So I have 2 more questions for you.
Yes,
I just want to ask them. Okay, so first question. How do you continue to level up in terms of your career and personal life?
Yes. So just that perfection piece. It's just I remember feeling like, you know, I have to, you know, dress the part. I have to act the part. One of my first interviews after I released my album in '09, it's called Irony. I'm doing this interview, and I remember just like everyone in the crowd, like my crew or quote unquote my entourage, if you want to go that far.
Your tribe was
they're sitting in the crowd and they're just like looking at me like,
like
and I'm
confused,
like,
what's going on?
but it was because I was just being a person and I was talking like this. At this time, it was shout out to Cheddar with the Cheddar DVDs and Smack DVDs, and a lot of MCs that were, you know, breaking out at that time were on these DVDs, and they spoke in a manner that just seemed, I don't know, like everyone was talking the same, like, yo, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, yo, I just don't do that. Like, I talk like this. You know what I mean? And like for
that's
years.
That's your flow, that's your style,
Yeah, so
that's
like.
who you are.
Right. And I remember even seeing Joe Budden when he was blowing up off of Pump It Up. And
back in like
and like
2002,
everyone has like this idea of him, and then he goes on BET and he's in a suit and a tie and he's speaking like, hey, how you doing? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of times people
like,
don't know that's a
crazy.
persona. It's like you like I'm pretty sure like, you know, big leads that we think like they're just like very calm when you talk to them. They're not like, you know, doing all the craziness on stage. It's like two different people. So,
Right.
I'm glad that you were yourself though.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
But it's funny because when I do make a record, and it's, you know, socially aware material, they're like, yo, that it just doesn't sound like the same person. You know what I mean? Like my whatever anger or energy that I'm working with at that time, I don't know if it changes my voice or cadence or whatever, but I'm like, nah, that's the same person. It's just, you know, that's my train of thought at that moment.
It's like music is almost like your therapy. It's like you put out, you know, your feelings and stuff on there.
Exactly,
That's
it's the
awesome.
outlet.
Next question. What tips would you give to someone who may be shy to showcase his or her craft?
You don't think I'm nervous right now? Like, my heart is pumping, but like, just like how you admitted in the break, JKool, you know, he was just all like, yo, I'm nervous right now. And I'm like, what? Me too, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And I feel like that simple like expression, just letting it out, putting it out on the table. So it's not hidden. It's not like, you know, you're holding it in or whatever. Like, just let it out and be you. And that nervous energy is good for you. It'll add to your flavor. That's part of your charm.
And it also means that you care a lot. Like when you get nerves and stuff, it means that like there's something in you that's like, I want this to go great. I want this to be like awesome. That like your body's like, all right, like you can do it. Like don't be nervous.
Can I talk on that?
Yeah.
It's like anxiety and like having an epiphany, having an understanding or a knowing. When I put out my first album, before that, I could just jump into a cypher and like, you know, kick whatever and just feel like nothing. But once I put out that album, I felt so, what is it? Like, it was just so real at that moment.
It was like, oh my gosh, it's finally happening.
Right. So when I released the album and people are giving me compliments like, yo, I heard your album, that was crazy. I started breaking out in sweats like, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, what? I can't take a compliment? Before it used to be nothing. Like, yeah, of course I'm nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
But when you know you're nice, but then you're actually displaying it and you care so much about it and you want it to rise and shine and everything, it's a different story. It's a different ball game. You have to master that. You know what I mean? You just you have to be comfortable with it. So.
Because you're great and you deserve to be living in your greatness. So before we break it, because you're gonna perform for us, so we're mad excited because we've been watching your videos all weekend. We've just been jamming, doing our thing. So I know you said you've released like albums since 2009. Do you have any upcoming music that we could look forward to, and how do we stay connected with you?
Right now, it's communal. Like my music, I'm on your doorstep. I'm in, you know, I'm on your street. I'm on the corner freestyling with my friends, or or like, you know, anybody. Right now, I just want to get back to the performance piece. I've been recording. I do have a full project. I don't have a name for it.
Not yet. Still
Not
in the
yet.
works.
It's, you know what I mean?
The
It's coming to
ingredients are
fruition.
still being added to it.
But right now, I'm just trying to get into a lyrical shape, hit the stage, move around, have fun, connect with people, and you know what I mean. I wanna show out.
Awesome.
I want to live on. I want to live online.
Yeah.
Make some more videos.
Yeah.
I want to do some
Let us
like
star
mini
in it.
movies.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You're
So
gonna
do
start
we
with that.
find your music not only on YouTube, but SoundCloud, any other places that we can look for Boycott
Oh yeah.
Blues?
Look up Boycott Blues on SoundCloud.com. Most of my mixtapes are on there. But if you just Google search Boycott Blues, spelled correctly, BOYCOTT BLUES, you'll find my videos. And funny thing is, I thought I was being, you know, original with my name. I was Blues for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
Then I took on the name Boycott. And, you know, once I released the album, I Google searched it, and there was a book about the Montgomery bus boycotts.
Oh, yeah.
And then I'm like, but you know what? It's totally fine. It's
part
right
of
in line
legacy.
of what I'm talking about.
Exactly,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it
Awesome.
coincides.
I'm so excited because you're gonna be performing next. So do you want to bring us to the commercial break?
Yes.
You look right there.
So stay tuned, everybody. We're going on a commercial break.
We'll
See
be
you
right
next
back.
time.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
What's happening? What's happening? Hey, it's your boy Lil Jon. Pick your meat, click. What's up, Bodie? What's happening? What's up, Sean Paul? What's happening? Hey, now ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time now. About that time. Turn this thing on out. Now let me see everybody do this. Hey, let's go.
Fahrenheit TV.
All class.
Can we turn it up?
Yo. OTI.
Yeah.
Your boy Kai.
Your boy Kai.
On the nice.
On the nice. Sound seduction in the violent function.
Yo.
Let's level it out. The box burying.
We just warming up.
Your love's got an expiration date on it. Your girls guaranteed they hate on it, but they can't front cause they want it with the ring and last name on it. And the cross says we aim on it. Hate on your breath, you put aim on it. Bleach your skin, still stained on it. High as hell, but still ain't on it. If you weren't honest with yourself, you probably packed for hell. Break that pad, let the pre-roll stack. I'm in the back, now pass that L. Think about the past and chill. Got a question, ask yourself. Ever been booked before? Took for a crook before? Been born with the look? Your love got an expiration date on it. Your girls guaranteed they hate on it, but they can't front cause they want it with the ring, last name on it. And the cross says we aim on it. Hate on your breath and put aim on it. Bleach your skin, still stained on it. High as hell, but still ain't on it. You getting roasted instead of toasted. Roses after your throat slit. Barely know how to swim, but see me after your boat split. Cross it over like Moses. Toes out in their nose. Don't constrict me like boas. Heard your speech sound bogus, but when I spit they all focus. My dad died from that Yola. No father figures, just shoulders. That show me what the hood code is. They'll get filed away in the folder and duck what they done told you and chuck what they done sold you. That product already molded. Your love got an expiration date on it. Your girls guaranteed they hate on it, but they can't front cause they want it with the ring, last name on it, and the crosshairs we aim on it. Hate on your breath and put aim on it. Bleach your skin, still stained on it. High as hell, but still ain't on it. Yeah, I'm a tornado with my eye on you. I kiss instead of kick like someone put a sign on you. That's not my dyslexia. Smart girls just sexier. You way more flexier than I thought IQ. IG, might as well GQ. I see you and raise like a card game over BM on a card game. That's Social Security for with welfare, and she on her job under Renova, overrun under the table to do. You want some more sauce? Your love got an expiration date on it.
Seduction in the
On it.
Miles above the clouds, a lot of jumping. Got nothing but a ride for something.
Give me that heat, I need that beat bumping. Hey now, hey. Woo!
All class.
So talk about y'all. Peace, y'all.
Yo.
Go ahead.
OTI,
ahead.
your
Go
boy
ahead.
Kai. On the nice. Sound seduction in the violent function. Boy Kai. Yo.
That was so dope.
That's the
Thank you so much for performing. Yeah, that's awesome. Tune We're going to have a great dance competition coming up between me and JKool. It's going to be dope. Thank you so much to Boycott Blues. Be sure to follow him on SoundCloud and YouTube for all his great music and videos. We're coming back. See you soon.
Always KB, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. 'Cause I want you, and I need you, and I'm down for you.
Okay. All right, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed that incredible interview and performance by Boycott Blues. Shout out to him for coming on the stage. But right now, we were talking earlier about, you know, our love for dance, our love for Michael Jackson. And he decided that it was great for him to battle me. So we're going to have an intergenerational dance battle. Are you excited? Are you excited?
Yes, I
He's
am
super excited.
excited.
He practiced. I kind of did. So we're going to see what happens. But yeah, we're going to do an intergenerational dance battle. Some songs from my generation, some songs from his generation. And DJ Lady Lee's going to kick it off. So let's go.
Soldier boy, tough. Hey, I got this new dance for y'all called the Soldier Boy. You gotta punch, then crank back 3 times from left to right. Soldier boy, I'm in it. Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why me crank that Soldier Boy? That Superman? That now why me you crank that Soldier? 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 Now what? Soldier boy, I'm in it. Why me crank it? Why me roll? Why me crank that Soldier Boy? That Superman? That now why me you crank that Soldier? 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 Now what? Pipe it up, 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 pipe it up. I walk in the club just to pipe it up. I stand on the stage and I pipe it up. Get a regular, pipe it up. Go buy a bando then I pipe it up. Pipe it up, 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 pipe it up. I walk in the club just to pipe it up. I stand on the stage and I pipe it up. Get a regular, pipe it up. Go buy a bando then I pipe it up. Now walk it out, 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 now walk it out. West side walk it out, south side walk it out, east side walk it out, north side walk it out. Now walk it out, 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 now walk it out. Now west side walk it out, south side walk it out, east side walk it out, north side walk it out.
Walk it out like a usher. If you say real talk, I probably won't trust you. If you want to go to war, the gun's my pleasure. Even Jesus had 12 disciples on the level. Trigger, whatever. You don't want now, think of 3 now.
Jeans on, and you know my head now. Hey, okay. I want y'all to do this dance now. Juju on that beat, juju on that beat, juju on that, juju on that, juju on that beat. Now slide, chop, hit don't for no stop, hey, don't stop, hey, don't stop, hey. Run a man on that beat, hey, run a man on that beat, hey, run a man on that beat, hey, run a man on that beat. Now do your dance, do your dance, do your dance, hey, do your dance, hey, go crazy, go crazy, go crazy, go crazy.
together. Got this. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm gonna be behind you. Ready to level up? We're gonna do it together.
4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, 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 level up. Oh, this song is so yummy. Oh, this sauce so yummy. Yeah, you want this yummy?
Yummy. That's you. Go. 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 Go.
Oh, this song is so yummy. Oh, this sauce so yummy. Yeah, you want this yummy?
Yummy all in your tummy.
Them no mistakes are gone. I don't do them no more. That's no news. That's news. I done did that before. I turn up into something. My comeback on 100. Let's talk it. More action. You just go see no more. That's no news. That's news. I done did that before. I turn up into something. My comeback on 100. Let's talk it. More action. You just go see coming. I just keep elevating. No loss is just upgrading. My lessons make blessings. I turn that into money. They gotta never settle. This beat is so much better. I'm chilling.
Magic girl. Magic girl. Magic girl.
Fahrenheit TV.